Hi, this is Jodie from Viv Cooking School. Today I'm going to show you a little treat. We're going to make Mum some Mother's Day breakfast in bed, and we've got a really delicious, healthy option for breakfast this morning. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make some fritters, and we're going to involve some fresh corn, zucchini, capsicum, and mix that all up. And you can get the kids involved, you can get them grating. So really nice, easy technique. You can just get them grating on the grater, make sure the zucchini is nice and tall, and then before you get to the end, just take it away so there's no accidents there. And then we're going to pop the zucchini into the bowl, nicely grated. Then we're going to add a little bit of chickpea flour. So this is gluten-free as well, which is amazing for Mum. Okay, so chickpea flour in there, or besan flour. We've got some capsicum in there as well, nice and tasty. Salt and pepper, which always goes a treat. We've got 1 whole egg in there. We've got a little bit of garlic in there, so add a little bit of garlic. And then our fresh corn, so we can pop that in there. Look, I've done fresh corn, and all I've done is popped it into a pot, boiled it, cooked it till it's nice and tender, and then cut it off the cob there. You can buy tin corn, but fresh is always best. So once you get that in there, you give it a good mix around, and it should look nice and sticky, not too wet. If it looks a little bit wet on your end, then add a little bit more besan flour. You don't want it too gluggy with the flour, so just enough to really combine it and hold it together. So as you can see now, as I've mixed it, if I take up the spoon and drop it off that way, it still holds and it still sticks. So that's the best consistency that you're looking for. Now, while I've been doing that, I've been heating up my pan, which is really, really important. So get that nice and hot. The way to check if a pan is hot is place your hand above it, and you'll be able to feel all that residual heat coming out of it. Once it is nice and hot is when you pop in your oil, okay? Don't put it in too early or you'll burn your oil, okay? Once your oil is in, everything's nice and hot, we can pop a spoonful of this in. Make a big one for Mum, I reckon, so put a little bit more in, and then we're gonna spread that out, okay? Don't overcrowd your pan, just do a little bit at a time to make it best, and you'll get really good cooking results. I'll just fill in that little gap there. Amazing. Okay, so now that's on the way to cooking now, and what we're going to look for is that cooking line of darkness or light brownness starts to slowly creep up, and it gets a little bit more firm and rigid. At this stage, don't try and move it around. Just let the pan do the job and all the cooking for you, so you don't have to worry about that. And then once it starts getting a little bit firmer, a little bit drier on top, you'll start to see that golden ring around the outside. Then we can flip it. Okay. Okay, so now we've taken a little bit of time to cook that. It's been roughly about 1 minute. Can you see that nice brown color, golden brown color there coming to the surface now? And if we slightly just jiggle our pan, we've got that fritter moving across the pan there. So that tells us it's nice and loose and ready to come out, or ready to flip rather. So what we're gonna do is take the flipper and in one swift motion, go. Ah, beautiful. Just slightly press it down. So just so every inch of the bottom there is touching the pan and getting nice and golden brown. You don't want to squish it so it breaks apart. It is going to be light, so it will break apart quite easy. So make sure you do a nice big flip there. That's something that you could get the kids involved with, just standing a little bit away so they don't splatter themselves. My 7-year-old loves doing this sort of stuff. I'm not sure about your children, but this will be a great little experiment for them to do as well and cook breakfast for Mum. Right, once that's done and it's flipped and it's ready to go, we're just finishing off that last side. We're going to move over across here and we're going to do our yogurt. Okay, this is super, super simple, and you can dress up salads with this or add as a condiment when you're cooking certain dishes and stuff. You can use it as a dip, and what we've got is just some plain yogurt, so any Greek style plain yogurt there, and you can see that's nice and thick. And then we're going to add in our lemon juice. So pour that in, and the kids, this is perfect for them to get involved with, and we're going to loosen that up so it becomes more like a dressing or a dip there. You can see it becoming nice and loose. We're going to add a little bit of salt and pepper into that, and just to spice things up, we're going to add a little bit of cumin into this. If you don't want to add the cumin into this, you can add it into your fritter. It's completely up to you, but once that's done, we're going to start plating up. And this is where the artist comes out in all children. So get your plate, you can get a nice dollop of yogurt on there, just a little bit more, and then we're gonna swish it out so it looks really fancy and restaurant quality style there. And then our fritter should be ready. So we're gonna bring that over to our plate so we don't make a big mess. Ooh, smells delicious, guys. Pop that down. And then what we're going to do is finish it off with some rocket. So this is really simple. Squeeze your lemon over your rocket and then drizzle a little bit of oil on top of that. Mix it up. And the idea is to go into mum while she's in bed and she's got breakfast in bed, a nice healthy option for Mother's Day there.